In any locust management program, monitoring is the key for its success. Without good monitoring, you cannot do good control. This is obvious. That is why we always pay so much attention specifically for teaching how to do locust survey, how to survey for nymphs, for egg pods, for adults. And this is, again, the beginning of the beginnings, the very first step in a good locust management program. During the last several decades, it became clear that for the Moroccan locust, at least in other parts of the world, the key period which you need to survey very closely is the oviposition, the period where females lay eggs in the soil. If you know very well where they do that, and you take GPS locations and know the coordinates of each place where they lay eggs, in this case, next spring, you will not be looking somewhere. You will be looking concretely for these places where the locust laid eggs. And you will find them immediately. If you don't do your job in the summer, it is extremely difficult to find the Moroccan locust eggs, even for a specialist. So that is why we say survey of oviposition time is critical. Then the next problem is that area is very big and the number of scouts is usually very limited. They cannot cover the entire territory. That is why we always ask for help, ask for assistance, rural population. We go to farmers, we go to those who raise livestock and explain what they should look for. The tiny black nymphs of grasshoppers or locusts which come out of the egg pods and then start to group. That is what we are looking for, because that is exactly when we need to do treatments. The first instar that we call the first stage of the locust is the most vulnerable one. If you treat it with chemicals during the first days of its life, then it will be very good. It's practically a prevention, a preventive strategy to prevent the outbreak from growing. Think about a fire. If you have a big fire in the house, it is very difficult to take it down. But it is much more easy to prevent the fire from starting. That is why we always say that there is some kind of parallel between the fire and the locust outbreak. So the other thing is that when the survey is done, you need also to instruct your survey scouts what to look for and how to distinguish grasshopper eggs, grasshopper nymphs. So this is a role of education and extension. I think Laore is very well placed for this role to explain to rural population, to scouts, what to look for and how to find locusts.